Hi, I'm Greg. Some of you know me as Greg Fitness. Just back from a run, and I wanted to share with everybody an important tip post-running. Recovery and flexibility is almost as important, if not more so, than the exercise itself. So once you get to be of a certain age, like some of us are, flexibility and recovery training is so important. So all you need for this is a mat, is a rug. Take out my shoes, so we do not need our shoes for this, or a towel. So not much equipment. It's so important after a run to stretch out, and we're starting here just in a kneeling position. It's so important to stretch the feet, lower legs, quads, hamstrings, hips, and lower back. So right now we are in a kneeling position, should be straight out with the feet, just to demonstrate, feeling a nice stretch in the front of my shins. Then we're going to turn the feet under, just going to reposition, putting my hands flat into the mat, fingers wide, and I'm going to lift my hips up, dropping all of my weight through the heels of my feet. My heels do not touch the floor, which is fine. My feet are hip distance apart, dropping my hips back, pushing my chest towards my thighs. So I'm trying to straighten out my back, lifting the hips up to the sky. At this point, I feel an amazing stretch in my calves, hamstrings, and back. Let's take a deep breath, lower down to a plank. Then I'm going to lift my right foot forward in between my hands, press up on the fingertips, and from here I'm lifting my left leg. Toes are bent, and I'm right in what's known as a runner's lunge. So from here, I'm going to drop my left knee to the ground, uncurl my left toes, and press right up. Lifting the arms up, facing straight on, dropping my hips forward, and keeping my knees stable. So this knee over the ankle, this knee pressing back behind my hip. Let's take the hands up behind the head, and I'm arching my torso back, increasing the stretch below my left hip. Take a deep breath, let's straighten out the arms. We're going to reach the right arm back, press back a little further with the torso, dropping my hips forward. Again, increasing the stretch across the left hip. Let's turn it back to center. And now let's take our right hand, turning the opposite way, dropping my left hand behind, and again, turning, keeping my hips dropped forward. The more cushion you have on the ground, the softer it will make it for the knees on this. Let's turn back, facing the torso and the hips forward. I'm going to shift back, bringing my right heel to the floor, toes up, bending mostly at the hips, not curling, keeping the back flat. I'm going to bring my face towards my shin, trying to bend again, mostly at the hip, feeling a nice stretch across the back of the leg. So we do want to try and get this done in about 10 minutes. I'm sure everybody's got other things to do, so we're going to rebend the right knee, and let's scooch the right foot forward. I'm coming back, I'm coming forward with my left hip, increasing the bend here in the front of my leg, dropping my left hand solidly to the floor. I'm going to reach back with the right and grab your left foot. So we want to keep the back lengthened, and I'm bending the heel of my foot up towards the butt, feeling a nice stretch across the front of my left thigh. Nice. And let's shift back and do this one once more, straightening out the right leg, pressing my heel into the ground, bending forward just at the hips. Doesn't matter how far you go, it only matters that you feel the stretch. So let's push back up, bring the foot back. We're going to put the hands back on the floor. Curl both toes, both sets of toes under. We're going to press back up into the downward dog. So position your feet hip distance apart. Hands are about shoulder width apart. Again, I'm pushing the chest towards my thighs, dropping the heels to the floor, keeping my knees pretty much straight. Taking a deep breath. And then I'm going to step forward, drop into a plank for a second, step forward with my left foot. Mine, I have to help it along. So from here, we're pressing up onto the fingertips. I'm on the toes on my right foot, and then I'm gonna drop my right knee down to the floor, uncurl the toes on your right foot, and come back up, pressing the back upright, top of your head nice and long, reaching up. I'm pressing my hips forward, keeping everything straight on, reaching up, dropping the hands behind the head. We're going to arch back a little bit. Such a great stretch. I feel it in the front of my right hip, which for me gets so tight from running. And from here, let's open up the arms, and we're going to reach the right arm back. Push back a little bit of a lean with the torso. A little bit more stretch I'm feeling in the front of my right hip. Let's turn back to center. Take the right hand on the left knee, twist the other way. Again, dropping the hips forward, keeping the left knee right above the ankle. Ideally, we're pushing this hip forward in front of the knee. Nice. Bring everything back, facing forward. We're going to shift back, straightening out the left leg, lifting the toes up, and again, bending at the hips, keeping my back upright, and taking my face down towards my left shin. Such a great stretch along the back of my leg, which also gets so tight and heavily used from running. So let's take a breath, flatten the foot out. We're going to take the right hand down on the floor, nice and firm, nice grip. I'm going to inch up forward with my left foot. So now I'm dropping my hip, taking the left arm back, bending my foot up, and then bringing your right heel towards your butt. Feel that great stretch along the right front of your leg. Got to keep breathing. All right, let's release your right foot gently to the ground. We're going to shift back once more. Hips back, straightening out the left leg, toes up. Again, bending just at the hips, taking everything forward. Doesn't matter how far you go. Some people can take their face all the way down. It's not about the range, it's just about activating that stretch. All right, so we'll sit upright. We're going to go back into a kneeling position. I'm going to keep my toes curled, like so, back here. Then we're going to lay down on our backs to do one more stretch. So, straightening out the legs, actually two more. We're going to hood the knees in, drop the left foot. Let's take the right ankle over the left knee, and actually I think I'm going to turn around. So right ankle over the left knee, and we're going to hook the left hand under the knee, bringing your left knee towards the chest. You can increase the stretch a little bit by pushing the right knee away from your right shoulder. Breathe in. I like to hit some different areas, so now we're going to take the left over towards the right shoulder a little bit, and then come in. It takes it a little bit more behind the leg, and then the opposite way, taking my left knee over towards my left shoulder, which now takes the stretch right into the glute. Keep breathing. Let's drop both feet to the floor, and let's switch. So left ankle comes over the right knee, lift the right foot up, holding on, right hand behind the right knee, push away a little bit, and bring your right knee into the chest. Let's keep the toes flexed up towards your shins on both feet. And we're going to drop over to the left a little bit, pulling back in, feeling this behind, top of the leg, on the back side of your leg, and then over to the right a little bit. Pulling in from the right arm behind the right knee. Nice. And let's drop both feet to the floor, back over the center. And then we'll lift the knees up, feet up at knee height. Let's take the arms out, pressing my elbows into the ground. And I'm dropping my feet on my knees down to the right side. I do need to adjust my hips over to the left a little bit to keep the spine all in one place. But I am pushing the left shoulder into the ground. It's a great stretch for the back. Pushing my left knee down to the ground, increasing the stretch. Want to keep the left shoulder blade pushed in. And let's use our right hand, pushing the knees back to center. And feet to the ground. I'm going to shift my hips over to the right a little bit. Feet up, knees up, dropping down to the left. Again, the right shoulder now is planted firmly into the floor. Taking my left hand, pressing the knees down, feeling a nice stretch along the back and the obliques. Let's take a deep breath. We're coming back to the center. And there is a great post-run recovery. I hope everybody does it. Hope you enjoyed it. And please check back for another video. Have a great day.